Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, wherever you are in the world, welcome. My name is Kim Schofield, live from the Conrad Hilton Etihad Towers in Abu Dhabi, and welcome to Inspiration Tuesdays. Today, we welcome Ms. Asma Faraz, who serves on the Board of Trustees for the Enabled Children's Initiative and the American Chamber of Commerce in Afghanistan. Welcome, Asma.
Thank you so much, Kim. Thank you for the opportunity and interviewing me. Good evening for you and good morning for the audience in US and this part of the world. I'm delightful to be with you today.
So Asma, before we get started, what would you like our viewers to most know about you?
My name is Asma Faraz, and I was born and raised in Kabul, Afghanistan. I moved to United States in 2014, and when I moved to US, I was working with the Embassy of Afghanistan in Washington, and currently I'm working with a company called AMS Integrated Solutions. A well-known company and of course in Middle East, Afghanistan, and US. We've been working with different regions, and also in the Board of Trustees of Enabled Children Initiative, which is one of a few organizations supporting disabled and abandoned children in Afghanistan, and by educating them and by empowering them, we want to help them to become active and active members of their communities. And I'm also in board of one of the board members of Chamber of Commerce in Afghanistan, and I volunteer with many other organizations, which one of them is Arch International, where we are working on restoration of cultural heritage in developing countries like Afghanistan, Iraq, and many other countries.
Tell me about those pictures behind you. I find them very compelling. They're very interesting.
Thank you, Kim. Actually, our company, AMS, is very much involved in giving back to communities or corporate social response. So this picture you see is kids of one of our employees in Afghanistan. We believe that by creating jobs, we give opportunity for families to have a better life for their kids. So in Afghanistan, most of the families have more than one child. So this is a beautiful picture of one of our employees' kids that he started working with us, and then now the kids are going to school. Because one of the requirements to work with AMS is to make sure that they send their kids to school. And that little guy is the little man or boy is from our Karate for Peace Club. Which is also in Afghanistan. We have about 300 students each year that we're trying to promote peace through sports, especially karate, and teach them discipline and keep them far from a lot of negative activities that they're around, like drugs, or joining the bad people groups. So yeah, that's a beautiful picture from that club.
I just love it. You are very well recognized for your activities and your roles in advocating for disabled children and girls' education in Afghanistan. You've shared with us a summary about the Enabled Children Initiative. But tell me, how does the Enabled Children Initiative find and identify children to help?
So Enabled Children Initiative, they have seven different programs to identify and help children with disability. One of their programs is called Windows of Hope. It's orphanage or a house for abandoned children with disability, which they obviously give them the house, give them homeschool opportunity, and also so this is a house for the children. That's one of their programs, and currently they have 20 kids. So most of the kids, unfortunately, in Afghanistan, when they're born with disability, because lots of people live, they're very poor and they can't really take care of their, and there's cities for kids with disability. There's no school, there's no communities where they can go learn basic skills. Apparently they will just sit in the houses and they spend their whole life being dependent into their parents or someone else in the home. So most of the families, when they find out that their kids are disabled or they have any abnormal problems, they will just leave them in the streets, which is really sad. So we now that Enable Child Initiative is more well known in Afghanistan, some people call us to see that if we can support the kids. So now we have 20 of the kids in the orphanage, which we call it Windows of Hope. And the other initiative is we have small businesses where we support small businesses. So we call it Frozen Fund. Frozen was one of the children in Windows of Hope who grown up in that orphanage. Now she's a wonderful lady. She's the one who inspired me to work more with Enable Child Initiative. She's taking care of all the kids, trying to be like a big sister. Also, she has her own initiative where she raised money and then give and help families support their small businesses. Either it could be giving a little cart that they can sell some of the things if they have kids with disabilities. So they want to empower them economically. The other great initiative is the school, as a transition school, which was the first transition school where they teach basic skills for the kids, and then they will be able to go to the other schools. So it's a kind of transitional school where they teach them some skills for the kids that they need special assistance, and then they can go and continue their education in other schools in Kabul. One of the other initiatives is in Helmand, is a family. So it's in Nangarhar. There's in-home schooling for children that they can't go to school. So they send a teacher to their house and educate them. And one of the future plans is to make a community center in Kabul, where it has a school, where it has a place for the kids to stay, a bigger one. Now they're in a house. This situation of the house is really good, but we want to make it bigger to have more than 20 or 30 kids inside. And also awareness campaign that we're doing to make sure families learn that how they can take care of the kids with disability, how they can teach them basic skills to make them a little independent. So these are the initiatives that we are working on in Enable Children Initiative.
This is very comprehensive. How long have you been involved with the Enabled Children's Initiative, and how did you become involved with the program?
So, so the founder, Lel Moheb, was we worked with her at the Afghan embassy, and that's how I know Enabled Children Initiative. And when I heard about them, I started working with her as a volunteer. But in 2020, I went to Kabul and I had a visit to the charity, and I spent some time with the kids. In 2020, I was with AMS. So before, I never had a chance to go and meet with the kids. But when I had a work trip to Kabul and I went to see these kids, usually when I go to the charities and I leave, especially orphanage, it makes me so sad, and I'm sad for a few days. But when I went to Windows of Hope and I saw all these kids are very happy, they're in a super good condition, they're very friendly. So I believe that that they're in good hands, and I wanted to do more, and more than just helping them with events and raising funds. And that's how I got involved more in Enabled Children Initiative.
How can we get involved with the Enabled Children Initiative or the Windows of Hope? How can we contribute or donate?
I can give a link or send a link that where we can support. They can anytime reach out to me that you can share with the audience. It would be great that if they can support and with any ways they can. It can be training, it can be for the mentors, it can be financial support for the community center that we are trying to build in Kabul, and also job opportunities. And one of the other initiatives that we're doing now is to support the youth with disabilities to learn some skills and join the workforce community. So I've shared my contacts. Anyone would like to support, they can get in touch with myself.
Perfect. Well, we've covered a lot of ground, Asma. Is there anything else that you would like to say or share with our audience?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for everything you're doing. And I have listened to your interviews. I think that's the other way that we can inspire generations like myself to see that different leaders, different people thinking differently, and it's all your credit goes all to yourself that with that finding all these leaders and making them inspired others. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Asma. You know, I would really like to interview your mother. She sounds like the most amazing woman that has ever been born in Afghanistan. She sounds like a courageous hero, gentle but tough. She sounds amazing.
Yes.
And I'm sure she's really proud of you. You are a true inspiration for all of us, especially the millennials and Generation Z. You're brave and you're courageous. You faced countless challenges and you persevered. You're an inspiration to us all. And thank you for everything you do.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. This is Kim Schofield. Thank you all for joining us. Stay safe, be well, and go forth and inspire.